Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ibiron Chele. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all doing fine. Today will be a live Q&A stream on Chebe powder. You are free to ask any questions that you have. Thank you, VAO11, for stating that. So you may or may not know, I have been using Chebe powder. I used Chebe powder for exactly 31 days, so that's 1 month. I would have gone longer had I had more Chebe powder, but because it ran out, that meant that was the end of the experiment. I've been doing several videos on it, so what I did was I just compiled different questions from the videos that people asked so I could answer it here in one video to answer your questions. So what is Chebe powder? Chebe powder is a mixture of herbs, seeds, grains that's finely ground together, and you apply it to your hair with different oils or creams or butters, and you just keep it there. I learned about Chebe powder from Miss Sahel Cosmetics. She's here on YouTube as well. I believe she started speaking about Chebe powder back in 2017. And there is this YouTube channel, a set of twins called Penny and Kakra Natural Hair Journey. I won Chebe powder from them back in 2018, but I was like, how am I going to use Chebe powder? Like, how am I going to use Chebe powder? It does not go with my lifestyle, with my hair schedule, because I do have a schedule of hairstyles that I like to do. And Chebe powder was just not convenient for me. But we had quarantine. We are going through a pandemic. So that happened to be convenient for me to use this Chebe powder in my hair. I did see a question that asked, did I go to Chad in order to get the Chebe powder? So the next question actually is, where is Chebe powder native to? Chebe powder is native to actually several countries in Africa, but Miss Sahel went to Chad, and that's what made it famous, I guess you would say. The Basara women of Chad in West Africa use this Chebe powder, and they have hair that's up to their hip, their knee. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. My other videos actually show the length of the hair that these women have. Long hair, y'all. Very, very long hair. But the thing is, they keep Chebe powder in for their whole life. It's a lifestyle for them, which is why it's convenient for them to do it, whereas it wasn't so convenient for me to do it. I do see your questions coming in. I'm not ignoring them. I'm just trying to see if they're questions that I've written down. And of course, they will be answered. So I answered, where is Chebe powder native to, and that is Chad, which is why Beatrice asked me if I went to Chad in order to get it. No, as I answered earlier, I won it in a giveaway from Penny and Kakra Natural Hair Journey here on YouTube, so you should definitely go and check them out. After the stream, I will actually type their name into the description box. So what are the active ingredients? Cherry seeds, also known as mahalaba, lavender croton, clove, stone scent, and more. The active ingredients, though, are cherry seeds, which is also known as mahalaba, and lavender croton. Cherry seeds it has vasodilatory effects. What on earth are you talking about, girl? Vasodilatory effects in the sense that it opens up your pores. It allows blood to flow to the surface so that you can have hair growth. It encourages hair growth. That's the purpose of the cherry seeds in the Chebe powder. Lavender croton is simply for the aroma. People complain that they don't like the smell of Chebe powder. I like it. It smells like incense to me. It smells very earthy and natural to me, but everybody has different aversions. I like it. I have no problem with it. I greet everybody in the stream as I continue to answer the questions about Chebe powder. The next question is, what are the effects of the active ingredient? What is the powder meant to do to your hair? Like I said already, no, it's not regular cherry seeds. I'd have to show you a picture. But if you Google it, look for what is called mahalaba in Egypt, in Chad, even places in Nigeria. I spoke to Riri Naija here on YouTube, and she said that when she was back in Nigeria in Maiduguri, that she also used it on her hair and on her scalp, and it grew her hair. Spell that. What am I spelling? Where can I purchase Chebe powder? So on sahelcosmetics.com, they have a list. Yes, that's how you spell it. They have a list of all the distributors in the world. If you go to sahelcosmetics.com, yes, then you should find the distributors. They have it on Amazon, Etsy, Sahel Cosmetics. They sell it like literally in different countries in the world. How long did you use Chebe powder? I used Chebe powder for 31 days. Yeah, 31 days. And I applied it to my hair every 5 days to ensure that my hair stayed moisturized. In Chad, they do it between 3 to 5 days. So I was right there on the cusp. How did you keep your clothes clean? All right, so I'm going to be very honest. The first time that I put Chebe powder in, it was an absolute mess. It was so oily, it was so dirty, and it was seeping down my neck. But the second time that I applied it, rather than doing it exactly the way the women in Chad do it, I made it into a paste. I made it into a paste so that I could apply it to my hair, and it was kind of like I was putting a conditioner on my hair, and this way it wasn't dripping and dropping everywhere, which was just a hot mess. And what I also did was I put my hair up. So that also helped me to not have any Chebe powder, any oil, any dirt, any this, that, and the third on my clothes. For those who are worried about whether or not Chebe powder washes out of your clothing, for me, it washed out of my clothes. I do not want to tell you that it's going to wash out of your clothes before you stain it and you get mad at me. I'm just letting you know that it is possible for it to wash out of your clothes. Did it damage your scalp? Nope. Chebe powder, well, I can't show you my scalp right now, but my scalp's fine. Chebe powder did not damage my scalp. I recommend that you do an allergy patch test maybe on the inner part of your arm just to see if you react. And if you react, then don't put it on your scalp. But if you don't react, then you can put it directly on. I know that many people say don't do that because it can clog your pores. And yes, I did. I wore house clothes while applying the Chebe powder to my hair, just to clarify that. So yes, people tell you don't put Chebe powder on your scalp because it can clog your pores, which is true, but I was trying to grow my hair and I don't have no edges, so I was trying to grow my edges as well, and I didn't really care. So that's why I put it directly on my scalp. I also don't have sensitive skin like that, so I can try that. Again, please do the allergy patch test before applying it directly to your scalp. Did your scalp itch? No, my scalp did not itch. And when it did, I'm going like this, right? Because I always had what do you call that thing? A rat tail comb on deck, so that if my head did itch, rather than, so if you notice, my nails have literally been short since then, just because of how dirty it was. And if I forget to take my rat tail comb, I didn't want to be scratching with my finger. So I can't find the rat tail comb right now. I don't know why, but I used the rat tail comb whenever my head did itch, just to get rid of it. But it wasn't crazy. Did it work? I put up a video for you all to be the judge. I mean, when you see your hair every day, it might be difficult for you to know whether or not it worked. So I can't really say. For me, I think it did its job. My hair was softer, in my opinion. So, but did it make my hair longer? I wouldn't say it made my hair longer, but then again, I only used it for 1 month. The women in Chad use Chebe powder for their whole life. That's just constant moisture. I have noticed that my hair is a lot, I don't like using the word manageable as if my hair is some type of animal or something, but I do notice that I have more slip to my hair now that I've been using Chebe powder in my hair. Would I do it again? The traditional way? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Unless somebody does it for me, I will not be doing Chebe powder again. I do believe it had its benefits. I will not be doing it again. Absolutely not. It was way too messy in the beginning and way too time consuming in the beginning. I had to learn how to do it properly before I was able to get comfortable with it. But absolutely not. I would not do it again. I was speaking to my friend Ifekwa, and she said that there was an actual butter made. That I will do. Once I go back and see the name of the product she used, then I can do that for another month to compare what Chebe grains versus Chebe butter did for my hair. But to do it the traditional way, no, I'm sorry. Especially because we're going to be out of a pandemic soon. So that's not even, it's not feasible for my lifestyle. How long did you keep the mixture on your hair? Is 2 weeks efficient? So I kept it for 31 days straight on my hair. I didn't put it on and then wash it off because that's not the what the Basara women of Chad do. They keep it on for their whole life. So I wanted to make it as close as possible to what the women of Chad do. So I did not have it on for just 2 weeks. I had it on for 4+ weeks. 2 weeks could be efficient. Everybody's hair is different. Like I said, I spoke to Riri Naija Hair on YouTube, and she said that when she was back in Maiduguri, which is in Nigeria, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. She said Maiduguri. Okay, so when she was in Maiduguri in Nigeria, she said she used to put it on. I did not wash my hair at all for the 31 days. She said she used to put it on at night and tie a plastic bag on her head as a deep conditioner and then wash it the next morning. And when she applies it, she would drag her hair. So similar to what I was doing and similar to what the Basara women of Chad were doing is what she did. So, but she said she like dramatically dragged it to make sure that the chebe powder coated every single strand of her hair, and she would just keep it on overnight with a plastic bag and then wash it out the next morning. So, and that was effective for her. She said she saw the difference, and that when she moved on here to America, that she saw the difference in what her hair looked like. So it works differently for everybody. I'm glad that I kept it on for 31 days straight. Hello, everybody that's walked into the chat. I'm answering questions about chebe powder. Let me continue answering the questions. Can you style your hair with chebe powder? Absolutely. I actually made a video. I think I featured 3 different styles of what I did with my chebe powder. Not entirely sure if it was just 3 styles, but I did like a crown twist. I also did a crown braid with it. So I did a crown twist, crown braid. I did a twist out. I did a pineapple. I did regular twist. At first I was doing twists, and then I realized that my hair is not short enough to not be rubbing my shoulders, so I stopped doing that. I put it in a bun. There are many styles you can do with it. Just make sure that you do styles that involve low manipulation. If you are manipulating your hair too much, I think that it's not actually helping the chebe process. I think it's hurting the chebe process. So just try your best to not manipulate your hair as much. If you see how the women of the Basara women of Chad do it, they literally do their hair every 5 days, and they just have 1, 2, 3, 4 big braids and like 2 braids around their head. Is this at all like the Aztec clay? I remember who actually asked that. Actually, that was LQ Love. So no, this is not like Aztec clay in the sense that Aztec clay is a lot finer. The grains are a lot finer, and it's not so much meant to be left on your hair forever like chebe powder is. How long did this whole takedown process take you? Oh, when I was removing the chebe powder, it took me about 2 hours, but it's also because of how much hair I have on my head. I think it will be a shorter amount of time depending on how much hair you have on your head. My hair is about bra strap length, so average length. My hair is full. I wouldn't say thick. It's full, as in there are strands of hair on every part of my scalp, but not so much thick where the strand itself is like, yeah. I believe I answered all the written questions, but I'm going to now try and read the questions from the actual live. I saw a question earlier asking me what inspired this journey. Really and truly nothing inspired this journey except that I just wanted to use the chebe powder that I won from a giveaway. I just really wanted to use it. I wanted to see what it would do in my hair because there were 2 Ghanaian twins, Penny and Kakra, who used it, and it looked like it worked on them. So I was like, okay, let me try it as well. Modest Nation says she doesn't know what chebe powder is. Modest Nation, I hope you know what chebe powder is now. I hope my answer was sufficient for you. What's the purpose? The purpose is to just coat and lubricate. The purpose of chebe powder is to coat and to lubricate your strands to ensure moisture being locked in and to just ensure hair growth, because in order for your hair to grow, it needs to be moisturized always and forever. It also takes a lot of patience and consistency. Did you go to Chad to get the powder? No, I did not go to Chad in order to buy the powder. Is it really messy? At first it was, Modest Nation, and if you get somebody else to do it, which is what I've seen in the videos, other people do it for the women, it would be a lot less messy, but I was doing it by myself, and I ended up doing it in the shower, actually, from the third application on, because I was like, I'm not sweeping up the floor, I'm not wasting any more garbage bags, you know, so I would just do it in the shower and take a shower right afterwards so that it wouldn't be seemingly as messy. Any more questions here? I'm assuming you wore house clothes while applying it. Correct. I did. I wore clothes that I didn't really care about, clothes that needed to go in the garbage. That's what I used in order to apply the Chébé powder to my hair. So you didn't wash your hair the entire time? Absolutely not. I did not wash my hair, not one bit. And at first the smell was so bad. You know why the smell was so bad? Because I was so scared of getting the Chébé powder on my body that what happened, that I kept my hair in a shower cap, and when I took the shower cap off daily, I was just like, ooh, maybe I should stop wearing the shower cap. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did put the shower cap on before I put on my bonnet every night because I didn't want to ruin my bonnet. I'm sorry. Any more questions? Beatrice Kadri asks, in your experience, does your hair prosper more in a tropical climate? Actually, yes. Why did it take me so long to answer that question? Absolutely, it does prosper more in a tropical climate, because I'm thinking about when it's summertime in New York versus when it's wintertime in New York. My hair gets a lot drier in the wintertime just because it's so cold and I have to moisturize it a lot more often than in the summertime. I think the sweat on my scalp actually moisturizes my hair. That was nasty. But yes, it definitely prospers more in the summertime than it does in the wintertime. When I lived in Miami, my hair was flourishing compared to when I lived in Denmark. So I hope that answered the question. All right, so that is all for the questions about Chébé powder on today's live. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for asking all the questions that you had. And I remain your girl, Ibiro and Kel Tashile. See you in my next video.